Namaste and warm welcome to you on Sarva Gunn Sampann. This is a space for honest and heartfelt conversations with women from India and the Indian diaspora. Together, we explore their journeys, the challenges they've faced, the lessons they've learned, and how they see the world. It's not about perfection. It's about real strength and quiet resilience. Because inspiration need not always come from celebrities. It often lives in the everyday women all around us, leading with grace and courage. Each episode offers something new to reflect on. Watch today's episode till the end and share in the comments section about what stood out to you. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on my podcast, you'll find the email in the description below. My guest today is a woman whose values and strengths include resilience with grace, empathy and connection, integrity, creativity as healing, simplicity, and intentional living. It's my joy and absolute honor and privilege to welcome Shubhda Chaube to the show. Shubhda, great to have you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Anu, and thank you for having me. I heard a lot of podcasts, and I'm absolutely thrilled to know about people's journey, and I'm happy to share mine as well. So thank you for having me.
I really cannot wait to hear about your life journey. And I don't want to give it away. I don't want to talk about what's coming. I'll let things unfold as we get into this conversation. But if you've seen some of my podcasts, you know that we have 5 segments. The first one is about your childhood. It's called Bachpan Ke Din. And this is where we're talking about all the elements that went into building the foundation. That is your base, and the folks that influenced you the most, situations, events that shaped your perspectives, and your childhood memories with your friends and your schooling. So all of that in our first segment, Bachpan Ke Din. Take it away, Shubhda.
All right. So Bachpan Ke Din. Bachpan to me, Anu, is Calcutta. So although I was born in Lucknow and my dad is a retired government employee, so we kept getting transferred from one place to another. It started in Lucknow, and just to let you know, he was even posted in Bhutan for some time, and we were very, very happy because it's a beautiful place. And then he was on a project in Simla, Manikaran, and we used to visit him during summer break. So childhood for me was very, very loving. So my parents, just like any other parents, they just absolutely adored us. They gave us whatever they could at that point in time. And it was a very loving childhood, I would say. I'm the middle one. I have an older sister and a younger brother. So a perfect combination of responsibility and mischief. But my siblings are very supportive. My parents are very supportive. Then from Lucknow, we went to Bhutan. We came back to Lucknow. And then my dad was posted for 15 long years to Calcutta. So I'm really grateful and thankful because that gave us some stability because we kept hopping from one place to another. And looks like my mom was the one who said, well, let's just settle down in one place for some time because the kids will start their schooling. So we went to Calcutta, and my childhood memories come from Calcutta. And I have also seen, Anu, you interviewed a lot of people from Kendriya Vidyalaya. So is that some Kendriya Vidyalaya gang that is going on? I'm from Kendriya Vidyalaya too, because my dad was in transferable jobs. So that's that's where we studied in Kendriya Vidyalaya, Calcutta. And I did my 3rd grade through 12th grade in KV. So just like any other Kendriya Vidyalaya, we had around 45 kids in our class. And we used to have our daily routine, but we used to participate in so many curricular activities because Kendriya Vidyalaya is such a diverse school. You have kids from all parts of the nation. So that gave me an exposure to all the subjects. Basically, I would say my favorite subject was always mathematics. I was never a writer, but I used to love reading. And also my brother, my dad writes very well, and my brother and my sister. My mom used to read a lot. So that instills some reading habit in me, but not as a passion, I would say. It was just a pastime for me, I would say. It was just a hobby. And back in those days, we did not have many big libraries. It was just school library that we had. But somehow, Calcutta is a place that is so full of readers. People read heavily. They read a lot. And also, they are so much into art. So from every house, you will hear Rabindra Sangeet, So I used to gather that too. And I used to sing and learn music as well. My mother, she really wanted me to learn Rabindra Sangeet. So she started sending me to a class also. So during that time, there was something called, I think it was called Transport Library or something like that. A person used to come in bicycle, bike, with some books from some library. And then you can exchange those books. So he used to get 5 books. And then once you give it back, you get 5 more books. And I wasn't sure what all books do the library have, but we just used to tell him, okay, can you get something like this? So internet was nowhere in picture at that time. And we had very limited access to the library also. But yes, I used to love reading. So maybe that sowed the seeds of words, not exactly the full and passionate writer, but I used to like and write and just passing, I would say. So other than that, I know what I would call my childhood to be, with a lot of playing, the only game all the girls used to do was badminton at that time. So I was really good at that also. So until the 12th grade, for some reason, girls, they stop playing after 9th grade or 10th grade. I don't know the reason. They are more interested in other things. But then I used to play with boys because that was the only option left. So we used to have a lot of curricular activities. At home, it was a very peaceful household and a very loving one. My parents, all they had in mind was kids. So there was never a single day when I am home from school and my mom is not there. There's never a day when my parents are not there during the weekend, or they went somewhere and we are alone. So they did what they could with the resources that they had at that time. Again, my friends, I have a lot of friends. And my daughter, she says, Mom, looks like the only place that you don't have a friend is in Antarctica. Because I'm good at making friends and I'm good at keeping them also. So my childhood friends are still there. I'm still in touch with them. And thanks to Facebook and all the other social media, even if we lost touch, I was able to regain that with all these platforms. So I'm still in touch with most of my friends. Now we WhatsApp and we sometimes talk. So that's what it was like during my childhood days.
I mean, I could relate to a lot of the things that you're talking about because I myself a KV product, and so I completely hear you. When you're talking about the diversity or the after-school activities, badminton, of course, and also talking about a time in our lives when there was no technology, and like you said, there weren't so many libraries. Access to resources was not there, but we figured things out. We if you needed something, you could find a way to get it. And so it's just delightful to always go back in time. And I loved hearing about the childhood stories of all my guests because it just reconnects you to the past like nothing else can. Let's segue into our next segment here, which is the Onward Journey. It's called Ye Kahan Aa Gaye Hum. And here I want to learn about what happened after you finished your schooling. Where did life take you? It's a long span of time because we cover everything from the time you graduated high school all the way till the present day. So this is your onward journey.
Going back to my undergrad days, I did my bachelor's in commerce, so BCom basically. And my master's was in commerce as well, but I specialized in business finance. That was a very burning topic during that time. I said, well, let me do this at that. I'll definitely get a job after that. And that did give me a job. So once I completed my postgrad, that's when my dad got transferred to Hyderabad, the tech city. Right from the city of joy to the city of tech, there was a big change, you know. I had seen a slightly slow life in Calcutta. And Hyderabad life is so fast. Oh my God. I used to see those Reddy's tiffin. They used to open at 4 o'clock. I asked my mom, where are these kids going? And they are going to coaching center to prepare for engineering exam. Wow. Look at that. So we used to go for tuition and coaching, but not at that intensity and at that level. So that did give me an opportunity to eat a lot of things and try a lot of cuisine in Hyderabad, because we used to eat, it was again a multi-cuisine household. My mom used to cook a lot of things because back then we did not have a lot of restaurant and all those things, you know. So most of the food was home cooked. And she used to learn from so many people. Again, she is a good learner. But the type of food that we got in Hyderabad was very, very different from what we got in Calcutta. So that exposed us to many good food and many different food again, and a very different lifestyle also. So where we used to live in Hyderabad, the place, people, I found people were very religious, and they used to do the evening chanting and all those things. And that was new to me, but I also liked it. You know, back in my mind, I always had that spiritual type of a feeling also, because it gives me a lot of calmness. So I would not say I'm in the puja room all day long, but yes, I offer my prayers every morning, and I participate in so many spiritual activities, including meditation. So the tech city also drove me towards some computer course. Now you're in Hyderabad, you have to learn a lot about computers, because computer was not one of my subjects when I was doing my undergrad and postgrad. So I was kind of lacking in that field. So I took a certification. It was C, C++, Unix. That was the best one during that time. And I also started working as a counselor there. I went to take a course, and my employer, they said, well, why don't you join us as a counselor? Well, we'll give you a 50% rebate. Of course, that's a very good deal. Let me do that. And actually I did, and I was doing pretty well there. And I worked in a couple of local companies. And it was 2001 when my parents, they started thinking about my marriage. So while they were looking, a family from Bombay, they approached us, and they all came to our house. We met a couple of times, and the marriage got fixed. So it was June. The marriage was fixed for December, and the boy went away to London. Well, we never met. We never got a chance to meet. So we got married in the month of December. And again, marriage comes with a lot of responsibilities and a complete shift in the lifestyle. From pampering, it shifts gear and it goes to responsibilities. So I would say it was its very smooth transition, because the family value that I came from was very much in sync with what my husband had. So his family is wonderful. My mother-in-law, she taught me so many things. My husband, he used to travel to Pune. So I was in Bombay, he was in Pune. And we knew that we are going to London in 2 months. So when you were talking about internship, Anu, that was my internship, you know, the real life internship that I got from my mother-in-law, sister-in-law, all those people. Because when you are at your parents' house, you are always protected. So you don't get the chance to grow as a person when it comes to the real life challenges, because someone is taking decision for you. But when the real life starts, all right, honeymoon period is over. Now what? So that's when I started picking up a lot of things like cooking, household chores. And my mother-in-law, she made sure that before I go to London, I learn everything that my husband likes. So at least he is not hungry. And I would say that was a life lesson for me. she taught so many things. Of course, my mother did too. But then here I had that 2 months of crash course. And every morning she used to get up, all right, today we'll make this of your husband's choice. And I'm so thankful for that because for some reason, when someone asks a person or a woman, where are you working? Well, I am always working. Kids and a household, it's a full-time job in itself. So whatever I'm doing on the top of it is double time. That is when I learned most of the thing and the household chores. And I would say these things are very, very underrated, Anu. As we teach our kids education, so whatever they're doing in their studies, the life value lessons also should be given to the kids, like how to keep your household. So how to be disciplined, how to keep the things clean and structured and manageable and in order, and how to cook meal for yourself. Everyone has a stomach, everyone has hunger. So you better learn how to do that. So I just don't get it when kids go to faraway places and they don't know how to do things. So even if they're not doing it, please teach them how to do it, because that is the basic skill in life that is required. And I've seen in the other countries like Japan and all, they emphasize on this a lot, the basic skill that is needed in life. And that is in the month of April, that is when we moved to London. I wasn't there for a very long time in London. And I kind of had to make a choice if I want to work or if I want to be with my husband. So I chose the latter, because I wanted to discover everything. I just wanted to have some fun. And that time after marriage and just before marriage, it's a very crucial time for your relationship. And I basically utilized that to understand each other. So we went to London, and after a couple of months, we came back to India. So now I thought, all right, now we are going to be in a place for some time at least. I was not sure because it was always dependent on the project that he gets. So I started thinking, what could I do so that I can be with him as well as I can continue my work? And back then, there was one job that was available remotely that was called medical transcription job. So I'm not sure if you are aware of the Bombay area, but yeah, I took a job in the Godrej complex and I took that course. And that particular skill or training taught me so many things because I was, again, lacking biology in my studies completely. I had no clue what that is. So it gave me a very good hold of physiology, medical knowledge, and that you need in life. The medical terms you need to know as the life progresses and as you meet with people, at least you can talk about things. And I did some remote work for some time. And then we went to Ireland. So Ireland was 2004. I absolutely loved the place. So London is good. Ireland is better. That's what I would say. It's beautiful. And again, I made so many friends and connections there also. I'm still in touch with them. The other day, I was talking with my friend from Ireland, and we were just talking about the good old days when we were both newlywed and we were enjoying life. We got back to Mumbai from Ireland, and that is when we got our first kid. And in 2007, we moved to Florida. Those 2 years were really, really crucial, I would say, when it comes to personal growth, because I was a mother now. I was more responsible. I was supposed to be more responsible. And then we moved to a completely different country. And this was a long-term project. So we were raising up our daughter. And a few years later, because of the recession and all, we went back to India. And we stayed there. And that's where in Pune, we welcomed our son. Stayed there for a couple of years again. And then we came to Delaware. So, right from the beginning, I have been a traveler. So, that has a beauty because you acquire so many things and so many perspectives, so many skills from people when you travel And also, being from Kendra Vidyalaya, I would say, it was not very difficult for me to connect with people. I never had any problem making friends. So we came to Delaware, and within a year, we shifted to Michigan. So thankfully, we have been in Michigan ever since. And this is my longest stay in a place for the first time. So, and because my daughter, she refused to change the school. I'm not changing my school. You do whatever you want to do. And my son was growing too. So initially I was not working, but then it was, I think 2014 when I finally thought, all right, now both the kids are going to school full time. Let me focus on something that I can do. So the quickest way to get a job here, I would say, was a tax job. And I started with a tax job thinking that this is going to be a stepping stone for me. I had no clue that that will become my career for the next 10 years. And it did. So I took a small H&R Block tax course and I joined H&R Block. Then I did some other certification also. And I joined Intuit. So that's a tax company. I'm sure you have heard the name TurboTax. So I worked there, and on the side, I also worked with a CPA company because that gives you a full picture and you can keep the full-time job there. Because tax job is, again, a seasonal job. So there was a time when I was doing two jobs because one was my full-time job. The other one is something that I was learning. And after that, I joined a company called Tax Act. Again, many people file their taxes through Tax Act, and then moved to a partner company of Intuit. So for the past 10 years, I have been working in taxes, and I absolutely love it. I have no complaints. And I was working until last year when I finally thought, all right, looks like life needs a pause, because I was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition that's called systemic sclerosis. I'm sure not many people have heard about it because it's a very rare illness, 1 in a million or something like that. And it, fortunately or unfortunately, chose me. So I got that. And it comes with a lot of challenges also. And I was not sure how to take care of that. And I did not have the same level of energy. It comes with a lot of pain, a lot of dry mouth condition, a lot of stomach issue, gastrointestinal. So it's a multidisciplinary illness. It doesn't have any cure. The symptoms has to be managed. That's when I thought, let me take a pause. We have to do something. And with the decreasing energy level, I was just thinking, well, I now have to think if I want to keep working or focus on my health. And of course, if you're not healthy, other things are of no use. That's when I thought, all right, let me just stop working at least. But you know, the brain is always functioning. Even if you don't have the energy, the brain wanders around. And I picked up a course, a boot camp in artificial intelligence and machine learning from Michigan State University. That kind of kept me occupied and not think about the health condition, you know. And when I go back in time, it was very important for me to do that because I wanted to work, but I did not have the strength to work, but I wanted to keep myself engaged. So all of them together put me in that situation. I was doing a lot of project, but when you're studying and when you are working, these are two very different things. Study never gives you stress. Work may or might not give you stress. So I was studying at my own pace, completing that course, and that opened a new door for me altogether. I was in awe. Oh my God, I can do these things with artificial intelligence. So I kept learning, and also, you know, kids are really good at picking things. Sometimes I learn from them also. And my husband is in the IT. So of course he was able to help me with some of the things also. Once I completed that certification, it opened door to so many different things. And I started thinking, oh my God, what can this do to the healthcare? It can bring wonders in that healthcare. I started working on some small projects. While I was still rediscovering myself, I would say, I was still trying to deal with it. I joined several support groups. And that was a turning point for me, because then I was able to connect with people firsthand who had the same condition. And just at the various intensities, I would say, some of them are at a milder symptom, medium, and some intense. And now I knew what to expect from this disease, because I know it's not a cure, but something has to be done at that point in time. But I always kept the positive mindset on. When I got diagnosed, I told my husband, the disease chose a wrong body. Now it will have a cure. So and we still talk about it, and that's true to some extent. I completely believe that. I will be able to overcome this situation very well. It's just a passing phase for me. And my family was extremely helpful. I'm so grateful. Especially my husband, I would say. My parents and everyone is there. They are all supporting me. I call them my virtual caregivers. But my husband, he was on this roller coaster ride as my co-passenger. Now he knows how to take care of that symptoms much better than I do. So, and he travels for his work. So Monday through Thursday, he's not here. But he knows what he has to do on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to get me back on track. Because of the aches and pains, he knows what to do and how to deal with the situation. And that's the reason why I'm not planning to travel. Last year, I was not not allowed by my primary care physician. But now I can. But I'm still thinking, oh my God, you need to come with me. Otherwise, I'm not going anywhere.
Looking at you, it's so hard to tell that here is somebody that had to hit a pause button because life threw a wrench, in the form of this disease, this autoimmune condition. Still, like you said, the mind never sits idle. So you went back and you re-enrolled yourself in a course in artificial intelligence, which I would love to learn more about. And that will talk through in our next segment, which is Kaam Ki Baat or Workwise. Here, I'd love to learn all about all things AI that you have learned and your own perception, your own ideas, and where you see these things going. So without further ado, let's jump into that.
Sure, I know. Yes, and we already talked about the accountant part of the job. That's what I was, and that's what my profession was. But now I would say what my passion is, that is artificial intelligence, to be very honest. Because taking the course or the certification from MSU, it opened a new door for me. And since I'm already dealing with this health situation, I want that to be utilized in this aspect, in this space. I know the researchers are working on it, and everyone is trying to do what they can for this situation. But for some reason, it's also called orphan disease. You don't get enough government funding. And that's what I have heard. I'm not sure about that. So the work is being done, but not at the pace it should have been done. It's not a much talked about condition. But now, if you go to the internet, I would say, or if you are familiar with any health scenario or health journal, autoimmune conditions are on a rise. You'll see so many people, especially females. So it's a female disease also. 80% female gets it and only 20%. So in our support group also, we don't have many males. We have mostly females. So let me talk about the new project that I have picked up. This is called a solo patient-led project. And I call it from patient to pattern seeker. That's how I like to put it. What I am doing is, the first thing is, it's very important. It's very, very difficult to get a real life data because everything is protected by HIPAA regulation. You won't get a database that is live and real. So I started working on a dummy data set, basically. So what a machine learning does, it predicts. And I'll shortly let you know how I'm planning to progress in this particular project. Sometimes I go back and ask, did I pick up a project that is above my grade level? Maybe. Yes, it is. Am I going to accomplish this? Absolutely. I would need a lot of help and collaboration and support from anybody, basically. I have in mind who I'm going to approach. But yes, this project is very close to my heart because this is my own life journey. And the first person to be benefited would be Shubhda. So I want to do it with all my heart. So this particular project, what I'm trying to do is getting the database. That's the first step, which is going to be very difficult. For that, I have to reach out to an authority who can do that. But someone has to believe in my project, right? So I have to showcase something that is valuable to everyone. So with the dummy data set, what I'm trying to do is I'm tracking. It's called Wellness and Symptom Tracker. So what I'm doing is I'm recording my chart. How is the environment triggering the symptoms? How is the food triggering the symptoms? How is the stress level or how is the sleep triggering this particular symptoms? Once we get it, for me, I'm just using an Excel sheet or a Google form. For the other patient, if I'm ever able to do, we can use the Google form that can create a response and which I can, consolidate and build my database. But I need a database of at least a month, and I can track the symptoms and see how it heads, what causes, what triggers, because until and unless you know why the disease is caused, you won't be able to work on the symptoms or manage the symptoms, leave alone cure. Cure is, again, a distant term when it comes to this because you don't know the basic of the disease. So from my symptoms that I track, I plan to build a database. And from the database that I get, I want to do a prediction how my next day is going to look like. So this is called predictive analysis also in artificial intelligence. I want to utilize that knowledge that I received to analyze the pattern of this disease and see how it progresses and who are more prone to this. Because for the reaction, we need that action in place. And that's exactly what I'm planning to do. Let's see how far it takes me, how long it takes me. But yes, I want to do it. And it's very close to my heart.
Kudos to you for understanding what the challenges are once somebody gets diagnosed with this condition, which really doesn't have a lot of cure or any research backing it up. But for you to take it head on and say that, hey, I'd like to understand what's happening to me and track it and create this database so that we can predict, right, and see how this might be able to help others and maybe perhaps also find some breakthrough in terms of pattern recognition and coming up with solutions and treatments which are more targeted. So that sounds like a wonderful initiative, because right now there's also this whole debate about the predictive analysis or the predictive part of AI not being up to task as compared to the generative aspect, where it's just given all the data, right, that's available. It's easier to generate things than to predict, because again, what that depends on is accurate data and unbiased data and unbiased sources. And I think a lot of researchers are grappling with this whole challenge of the data sources not themselves being unbiased or pure or whatever you want to call it. And so if something is faulty, how do you depend on that to come up with a prediction that's going to be accurate? I'm sure you've dealt with that, and that's why you're thinking about creating a
let me talk something about that. And I know I'm so glad that you're so updated with these things. So you must be knowing about supervised and unsupervised learning also. So what you're talking about is mostly the supervised learning. I'm talking about the unsupervised learning and the reinforcement learning, which is, again, the next step to the generative AI. So it's going to create a lot of boom, boom in the next few years. So that's what they are aiming at, the biased and unbiased, very important. The responsible AI, oh my God, you have to protect that data set also because that's a private data set. That comes with a lot of ethical challenge also. So I'm pretty sure those things are coming up as well. For the bias and unbiased, I would say you need to collect the data from all over the world and not just from one particular place. So I am in touch with a support group in India also. And 2 months back, I had a talk with the administrator of that Facebook group and the WhatsApp group. And she is a fabulous person. She helped me in so many ways and helping me understand the disease itself, because she has been having that for past 12 or 13 years. So I was under the impression that I won't be getting any PO. Oh my God, it's a very rare disease. No, I have a WhatsApp group with 200 people in it, including the patient and the caregivers. So that is where we are going to get the unbiased data set from, because it's another part of the globe. We have, so I'm a part of 5 different support groups. People are from Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, from everywhere, and that's how we get the data set that is diverse in nature and not just from Michigan or from United States. So let's see. It's a solo project again. Again, it's something above my grade level. I know I don't have the bestest knowledge of AI. I'm a rookie in this, but I want to do this. So maybe where there's a will, there's a way. I'll find my way. I'll see 100%,
when. 100%. And, in doing what you're doing and the way you're going about it, you're also giving hope to a lot of people out there that want to get into AI, that want to learn things, perhaps like you deal with the challenges that they're dealing with, face them and do something meaningful, try to extend their learnings and see how they can make a wider impact. But for you to take this on, and it's so inspiring, the way you've connected with all these groups and you've got this basically. So,
thank you so much.
Really proud of you and wish you all the very best with this initiative. I hope you find many, many more people who connect with you and you're able to get that data set or, the database that you're looking to grow and build, which is, going to lead to that end game, that solution that you're looking for. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, which I hope will help my audience who are trying to understand, hey, if I want to get into this, what do I need to do? So assuming that you didn't have a background in AI, you were dealing with accounting and taxation and that area. How did you get into AI? What kind of program did you sign up for? How long did it take? What did you learn? And initially, when you started working on this project, of creating this data set, what challenges and obstacles did you face? So talk to me as you would be talking to somebody who's very new to the field, very green, but trying to see what they can do for their pet projects, with the kind of...
Absolutely, Anu. So everything starts with a desire, The first thing that you should have is not the knowledge or the skill, because no one is born with that. Everyone cultivate it and they finally get it. And we all are at a different level when it comes to knowledge and strength and skill, because, even if you are a master of something, there will be one person who knows more than you, and there will be someone who knows less than you. So just be wherever you are and try to visualize what your desire is, what you really want to do. What I did is I already had some knowledge, and I keep myself with our guru, YouTube. It gives you free knowledge for everything in this world. So if you have money to spend, I spent about $10,000 for that AI and ML course that I did. Of course, it gave me a lot of information and knowledge. And enrolling into a course gives you the timeliness also. You have to finish this by this time and you have to submit your homework. If you're doing something from a free resource, you are not motivated enough, just like if you have a treadmill in your house, you don't use it ever. If you take a gym membership, you go there every day. So, that's how I look at it. So the first, yes, at this point in time, if you have to catch up on various aspects or your skill level, artificial intelligence is a supreme thing that you can do. I would say if you are a completely new person, take up a course somewhere, maybe to your nearest university. Google offers so many free courses. And you can do all the basic level courses right from Google. Amazon does that too. And the other day I was seeing Microsoft offers so many free courses as well. So if you want to start with something, I would say take up a few courses or read a few things or just go to the YouTube, see a couple of videos and see if it draws your attention. Because you won't be able to do that if you are not inquisitive or if you are not able to take it. Some subjects are heavy for some people. So just go and see what you want to do. Generative AI, absolutely. Everyone is coming up with a new LLMs now. So any basic course will do. Go for it and do it with all your heart.
Did you have to learn coding or any programming to learn
Python?
Python. Okay.
Yes, I knew C++, but that was like 22 years back.
Yeah.
Python is a very easy programming language. And at this point in time, I would say, Anu, you don't have to be a developer. You don't have to be a master of a particular coding language, because all that is available in the AI assistant. So you need to learn how to do debugging, of course, but you don't have to be a master because the codes are available for you to use directly.
And I would imagine that you also have to learn how to do the prompts to get the system to generate or create what you're looking for. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So for that, Anu, I would say, just think in your mind what you really want the software to do for you. If you want a particular software to generate an image for you, think in your mind what you want in whatever language. To be very honest, Hindi is my first language, and I think in Hindi. So I think, all right, I need this. Just type that, and ask the machine to generate a prompt for you with all these words that you have put there, and it will generate that for you. So I don't understand the logic behind prompt engineering, because, oh my God, we have been talking ever since we were born. So you don't need a prompt training now. That is in your mind. So just level it up and fine tune it, and you will be able to generate anything that you want to.
Very, very interesting, Shubhda. I'm just so much in awe of how you've taken, the challenges and the things that didn't seem to go your way, especially given your health. But then just turn it around. You didn't sit back and do nothing about it. You took a course in AI, and you're trying to figure out a solution and really try to do your bit to contribute to the knowledge that's out there in the medical community, and really rally people along with you that are in the same boat or in a similar boat. So more power to you. I hope all your efforts come to fruition, and
thank you.
A lot of success in that. We'll move on now to our next segment, which is your X Factor. And I'd love to learn about what is it that's central to your personality, and talk to me about any other extracurricular activities or initiatives that you find joy in doing because they're so important to you.
Absolutely. So Anu, when life throws lemon at you, what do you do? make the best lemonade that you can and utilize it in the best possible way. So we are human beings, and our work is to not stop, because the life has to go on, the show has to go on. A health condition or a particular hurdle in our path is just a hurdle and a turning point for something else in life that you don't know. So that's exactly what happened to me also. When I would say it was not last year that I started writing. I started thinking last year, and the basic spark was something that my dad sparkled in me. He said, well, you have so many ideas. Why don't you put it down and see what you can do about it? I said, what do you mean to put it down? Just write it down. Just do whatever you can, but do it anyway. And this year in the beginning, I actually got a little bit serious about it, because I had a lot of downtime. I'm not working full-time 9-to-5 job anymore. And when the life slows down, the time expands. That's what happens to everyone. The clarity becomes much better. You think in a much clearer way. You know what you're doing. All right, so now I have this time. What do I do? All right, this can wait. Let me do this. So it goes in a different direction. I started writing. And the first two basically were the tribute to my husband, my first caregiver. And if you read all those things, so I always recommend everyone to read in a chronological fashion, because there's a flow to it. The first is connected to second is connected to third. So I started writing, and first it was not a blog or not with an intention to write. I just wrote the first one, and I sent a PDF copy to my family and friends. And to my surprise, they liked it. I had no clue. I thought, okay, I have just written it down, see how it looks like. So they were very, I would not say glad, because it wasn't related to a very happy situation. It started off with a health condition. And my sister said, well, I don't know if I should be happy or sad about it, because I tried to incorporate some fun part also, some wit, some humor to it. But she didn't see that humor part. What she was seeing is her sister. I said, all right, so let me change the gear completely. I'm not going to write about any health condition now, because I want my readers to be just anyone, not just the support group. So I started writing for the support group initially, and it was more tied with a particular situation. But later on, I started writing for my diverse readers. So let me tell what that is. It's called Calm, Core, and Cozy Layers. Calm is related to meditation, basically, calmness, stillness in life. Core is the exercise, the yoga, and the workout that we do. And the cozy layer is the relaxation, basically. So that's how I tried putting all those three things together. Because for some reason, in today's fast-paced life, all those things are lacking. I want a time to come when, just like eating and sleeping, a person will pay attention to the workout and have a particular yoga workout regime for them. It really calms you down. So that's how this blog was born. That was, I gave a very deep thought to it. What should I name it? And this is the name that I liked the first. So, and then I started writing. And today I'm working on my 27th blog, which I'll release soon.
Actually, I'm halfway through reading your blogs. And when my friend Geeta sent me the link, I opened it and I read the first one. It felt great reading it. I felt really inspired. I mean, knowing the condition that you're dealing with, it felt like something coming from a source of strength. So I decided to read the second one and the third one, and I couldn't stop myself. So I will make it a point to share the link in the description. And I'd highly, highly encourage everybody to go and read this blog.
Just to let you know, Anu, abhi aapki farmaish chal rahi hai, you know. So I'm asking my readers, what do you want to read next? Because sometimes you're in short of ideas. What do you want to write now? What next? So, and sometimes not everything that you start finishes. So I have half left blogs or the write-up that I want to work on, but I don't have the content for that. You know, I don't have the ideas for that. So the other day I was talking with my brother and my sister. They were talking about food. That prompted me to write the unfinished blog that I left from last month. And I completed the blog that I wrote yesterday. The other day I met with my friend over coffee, and I knew what to write about this one. So meeting with people is an integral part of this journey, because you cannot write 50 blogs for yourself. You can write 5 for yourself, but you need readers also. And one day when I get to 50, I hope to bind it into an ebook. Let's see how it goes and where it goes. But yes, I'm very positive about it.
I think it's going to have a great readership. It's coming across really beautifully. You've done a great job. I'm benefiting from it. Reading each blog to me feels like it's drinking a nice warm cup of chai. You know, you talk about that as well, and build this into your routine. So I think what I'm going to do is read it every morning as I'm having that cup of tea, because the comfort, the soothing touch that your writing has, and just the hope, it's so brilliant. So that's fantastic. All right. We'll move on to our next segment now, Shubhda, which is self-care. And I think essentially your blog is a lot about that. It is giving a lot of hope, a lot of empowering thoughts, healing thoughts, and ideas to your readers. So I'd love to learn about what is it that you do for your own self on a daily basis, which no 2 days might be alike, but you definitely are on the right track with the routine you've built for yourself. What do you do for yourself at a mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual level to take care of you?
The answer to everything is yoga. So I'm a torchbearer of yoga, I would say. Yoga, meditation, exercises, and a lot of relaxation. And I know in this today's world, you don't have to remind anybody, starting from a 5-year-old child to 50-year-old adult, that you have to do well. Well, everyone knows that they have to do well because there's so much of pressure. But please live life while you are living it. So don't lose that hope. Sit still for some time and visualize what the day looks like you and how you want to look for you. So absolutely, the meditation brings a lot of stillness and inner calm. I would say not meditating in front of a candle. You don't have to do that. Meditation is just doing something with the core that you want to do. A lot of that. And then writing is my latest passion, that I would say. Sometimes I write much faster than people read it. And then I have to be at their back. Please read, especially my parents and my friends and my brother and sister. And they are very good at responding. The other day I was telling my dad, Papa, it looks like I have to hit the brake. He said, no, don't do that. The law of inertia, the object in motion should stay in motion, and a writer in action should stay so unless your laptop is taken away. So please keep working on that. The other day I was telling my mom, because I don't have the same strength in the evening. I'm very chirpy, very happy in the morning, but just like any other person, I don't have the same energy level. And I was telling my mom, I'm going to write only in the morning because those are the happy notes. In the evening, I look like a sad and a gloomy person that I'm not. And she said, well, then no one will get a complete picture of you. Keep writing whenever you can. So all those small things, it keeps you motivated. And write a lot, read a lot. These things are very important. And again, one thing that I always keep in mind is human being and being human. We all are human beings, but being human is another aspect of it. So please be a human, do good deeds, and be a good friend to whoever you are, and just be a good person in general. It will give you a lot of strength to move forward in life. And good luck to everyone who's watching this podcast. I'm so glad that you found some value in my writing and you approached me. And this is a massive platform for reaching out to readers.
Yeah, I'm truly humbled. I got to know a little bit about you and the condition after reading your blogs, but found something in it that I could relate to, and it really resonated. So I want to compliment you on, the outstanding blog series that you've started. Like your father said, don't stop it. There may be days where you have the writer's block or you're dealing with something, but whenever it's possible, please continue. I think that's fantastic advice from your parents too. And love your attitude. I love the way you have taken things, because a lot of people don't realize when, looking at you, it doesn't seem, that you're dealing with so many challenges. But as I was looking at the symptoms of the condition that you're dealing with, things can change pretty quickly. A lot of things can trigger those symptoms. You have to stay stress-free. You have to really manage, because there's no cure. There's no particular treatment that you can follow. So it's all on you. And to have that kind of a positive outlook, which reflects in your writing, definitely, because you're also talking a lot about the necessity and the need for taking, the time out for yourself. And it's a lot of self-care. So I'm really glad to see you do all those things. It's definitely given me a lot of hope and power. And I'm sure the people that will read will also find that value. So I want to thank you so much for, gracing this platform with your presence and your words of wisdom, words that carry so much hope and power and potential, and followed by action. You're an inspiration, Shubhda. I want to thank Geeta Rao, my friend, for recommending you and sharing the blog series with me. I'm promising I'll finish that as soon as I can. I'll be putting some pressure on you there to come up with your next one.
Thank you so much. And I would also like to mention Sheetal, who introduced my blog to Geeta. And I would like to end this by saying is, jo dikh gaya wo dukh nahi, you're not supposed to be showing your dukh to everyone. And with a very positive note, duniya mein kitna gam hai, mera gam kitna kam hai.
Beautiful.
We can end this episode.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
There's nothing else to say after that. But thank you, Shubhda. It's been an honor and a pleasure. I really, really appreciate you taking the time out of your hectic schedule. And I hope and wish you well. Quick recovery. I hope you find a cure and not only help yourself, but also help a lot of people in a similar situation. Thank you so much.